Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG Build Guide Edition. Today I'm ready to drop on you the Torchlight Infinite Season 3 League Starter Seething Rehan. And this build is cheap, effective, and if you are a new player out there, it is an absolute blast to play. As always, I will cover every single facet of this build. Everything is timestamped in the description below if you need to bounce around. Let's not waste any time and jump right into this. Starting off with some gameplay. Now the skills I'm using for this build are Hammer of Ash, Leap, Bloodthirst, Bull's Rage, and Resurrection Warcry. Now before we start playing, I just want to put this out there. This is a league starter. So right now I am spec'd into fairly minimal gear. This is tier 7 mapping, so I want to show you what it is capable of even with minimal gear. But just know, this is not a true endgame build. This is not for pushing all content. It is a Season 3 League starter. I already know in the comments it's going to be like, oh, this thing isn't doing enough damage. It is really fun. It's great for beginners. It does big AoEs, and it is even ranged. Okay, so let's take this for a spin. And these are tier 7 maps. I'm not going to grab that because it'll make us too fast. So as you can see, we are still in the millions of damage as we are fighting. Big AoEs and decent survivability. It is a fun league starter. You get the little clone on your back, and it's not going to cost you a ton. And the sky's kind of the limit. So if you do want to spend a long time with this build and really try and gear it out, I mean, obviously it'll only get better. But it is definitely good for learning. Pretty simple. I use Warcry, use Bull's Rage, use Bloodthirst, and I usually just proc them all kind of at the same time. And then you jump and slam. Very easy build. I'd say I put a solid 2 weeks into coming up with this. I was really trying to figure out something that had good survivability and run tier 7 maps fairly easily and beginner friendly. That was fast. Let's do another one. And we're off.
Keep fighting from victory to victory.
You can just see the whole screen clears. Tier 7 mapping. Take that. Jump around. I've got high hopes for Season 3. I like that they have added some complexity to the season. All right, who do we got? Dead. Let's fight a quick boss. Little tier 7 boss fight.
Not yet.
And as you can see, even at tier 7, pretty quick deaths. Let me show you how to recreate this build. So let's start with the skills for this Seething Berserker. And what our main is Hammer of Ash. Now what I am using is Mark, Precision Strike, Elemental Fusion, Steamroll, and Focus Attack. Now, there are some other options. I have found that this works the best. You could use Crit Chance and Crit Multiplier, but as far as damage at the training dummy, I like these 5 the best, okay? Sometimes you can get mark from your gear, so then you wouldn't need that, or you can try and mark up the enemy from your leap attack, but if you want it consistent, just put it on Hammer of Ash. Moving over to Resurrection Warcry. You want Residues, cooldown reduction, and Berserk. Your movement skill, Leap Attack. You want Quick Mobility, Hardened, Melee Knockback, and Periodic Burst. For Bull's Rage, you want Mania, pain amplification, cooldown reduction, and extended reduction. I'm sorry, extended duration. And then last, you for Bloodthirst, you want Mania, Bloodbath, cooldown reduction, and extended duration. Okay. Now, obviously, as a league starter, you know, it's going to take you a while to get up to 500 energy. So obviously, at the beginning, focus on your Hammer of Ash and put all your energy there first. And then I would probably go over to Leap Attack, and then I would go over to Bloodthirst. Okay. But that is up to you. Now looking at the passives, I have Fearless with Summon Thunder Spirit and Rejuvenation. Under Curse on Hit, we have Scorch, Abyssal Hatred, and Seal Conversion. That's why we're losing a little bit of our life here. And then last, we have Cast on Crit, Thunderlight Field, and Fixate. And the Thunderlight Field, you want to try and keep it at level 1. I accidentally keep clicking it up at the top. But Thunderlight Field, you can literally just keep it at level 1. Those are the skills. Moving over to the talents, and what you want to start with is God of Might. God of Might. And I'll just slowly scroll through here. Actually, you can see all this on one box. So this is the way you want to take God of Might. The first one at 10 points is Burnout. This is going to give you additional fire damage. Okay. And then a lot of people, when you are fighting bosses, you can literally toggle on to elimination. So it's easy. It gives you a kill threshold, but normal running, you just want to keep it on Burnout. And then at 20 points in, you want to put on Fueling. This is going to ignore all enemies' fire resistance, which is, again, of course, huge. Secondly, you want to take Warlord, and I will slowly scan through all of the passives or talents. All right, here we go. Here we go. And now on our way back. All right, 18 points into Warlord, you want to take Sweep, which is going to give you increased damage and area. And then 36 points in, you want to take Focused Strike. Focused Strike. Area skills deal up to 40% additional damage to enemies at the center, which is going to be great for bosses. Okay, last you want to take Ranger. Last you want to take Ranger. And I'm going to scan through this again. You can see 3 there in the corner. Okay, and now we're going to head back. All right, at 18 points into Ranger, you want to take Gravity. This is going to give you 20% additional melee damage, and it's going to pull enemies to you. And then at 36 points in, you want to take Impending, 6% additional damage taken to enemies within 10 meters, and it stacks. So basically, as long as the enemies are within melee range, you're going to continuously do damage. Those are the talents. Moving over to the hero traits. Now, obviously, level 13, no option. At level 32, when these unlock, you want to take the top one, which is Rage Accumulation. Level 50, no option. Level 62, you want to take the bottom, which is Hysteria. And then at level 80, you want to take the top, which is Rage Infusion. Now, remember, this character is geared as a league starter. I want to keep reiterating that. So right now, we are using Remains of the Father. And this is going to give us skill radius and increased critical strike chance for every 30 rage you have. And then in here, what I have attached is attack speed, critical strike damage, movement speed, attack and spell rating, crit rating. And the last one is movement speed and crit damage. I like being able to run fast. So that is the breakdown for the hero traits. Moving over to everyone's favorite, which is, of course, gear. And looking at him right now, I mean, literally when you look at him, look at this. This is MTX cosmetics that I've gotten from the first 2 battle passes. He's a very big boy, but I will go through the gear one by one. Helmet. This will cost you 1 FE. Armor. Amulet. Gloves. Belt. Belt will cost you 1 FE, maybe a couple more right at the beginning. Boots. Ring. ring, shield, and hammer. Now, this hammer, okay, I want to be clear. A good rolled version of this could cost you 100, but a bad rolled version of this could cost you 2 or 3 FE. Now, obviously, as a league starter, just grab whatever the cheapest one is. It doesn't matter. And if you don't have a good hammer, you could just craft one that is fine as well. This is probably the only item I'm currently rocking that, you know, will cost you something, okay? But that is my gear. Last but not least, let's talk about pets. Now, I want to be as clear as possible. You do not need to spend any money on your pets. I've never spent a cent inside of this system. These are all pets that I have accrued over the first 2 seasons for free, okay? But I will show you the 3 pets that I'm currently using. Pet number 1, Violet, and this is a tier 6 rare or common attack pet. Second pet I'm using is literally a tier 1 traveling lizard green leaf. And my third pet is a weasel shallow sea tier 4. My pets are not good by any means. And by the way, this game gets a bad rap because of the pet system, and I understand why it gets that bad rap, but I have pulled over 100 pets for free just by playing and going through the battle pass and the achievements in the game. Okay, so just know you do not need to spend money on this system. All right, everyone, that's the build guide. What do you think of my new Seething League Starter Season 3 Berserkers? Is there something I missed? Is there something I could do to take this to the next level? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. 2 asks at the end of the video. Ask number 1, I'm hoping today is the day I have earned your subscription. Hoping today is the day you make the decision to push that little red button. I would really appreciate it, but I honestly mean it only if you think I deserve it. If not, I'm gonna work harder for you. Ask number 2, check out my Patreon. Thank you to the first 66 members that have signed up. Become an instant ARPG VIP and get Patreon exclusive content at the first link in the description. We do a 1-hour bonus hour on our podcast on Wednesday night. You get access to the VIP lounge. You get a special title. We could chit chat every day. You get a chance to live stream audio and video with me on a weekly basis. You get the ability to win custom merch, and you get access to the VIP Aaron Action RPG YouTube channel, which has only Patreon content. I always get asked all the time, what is the best way to support? That is it. First link in the description. Hopefully you're entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.